The first most effective shot to win the point in paddle is the forehand volley. In the highest level in the men's game, this takes up 17% of all winners. And in the women's game, it takes up 20%. So all the way from beginner to pro, the forehand volley leads to a lot of winners and you can win the point from it. A great starting point for any beginners or even early intermediate or even intermediate players watching is to set up your game around the forehand volley. Set up the point around hoping to get an easy ball on your forehand volley so that you can kill the point. So the key with this shot is you have to add the spin. The ball has to stay very low after the glass. If you don't add the spin, the ball's going to come up and it's going to be very easy for your opponents to return. On the technique, try and keep your swing as short as possible, but have a big finish afterwards. Not coming back like this too much. I'm just here, and then I'm going to strike. In terms of length, I would say aim for around the white line at the back, the service line, because then you'll put doubt in the opponent's mind. They don't know whether to use the wall or play it in front, and that's where mistakes can happen. The second shot to win the point in paddle is very similar to the forehand volley, but it's a little bit more aggressive. I personally call it the slapper. This shot you play with a lot less spin, you play it flatter with more power, and it is like you're slapping someone round the face. The key thing is with this one, you only want to hit it when you get an easy ball. Those balls were quite high over the net and quite slow, so I could take the risk of going in and slapping the ball. I'd also say as well with this one, straight down the middle, because the idea with it, you hit it so fast, if there's like a split second of doubt from the opponents of whose ball it is, that's going to catch them out and it'd be too quick for them to react. In terms of technique, I'm hitting it fairly flat, and I'm really throwing my wrist in as I hit. I don't want the ball to come up too much too high, because if the opponents do get it back, I don't want them up here. I want them to be retrieving it low. So it still needs to stay fairly low off the glass. The third shot to win the point in paddle is the Víbora. This is quite a tricky shot to learn, I'll be honest. It does take a lot of practicing to get this spot on, but once you get it, it is brutal. The idea with the Víbora is it's a very fast shot. Ball comes off the racket very quickly with a lot of spin, and your aim is to get it very, very low on the glass so it doesn't come up at all, and it's very, very tricky for opponents to defend. In terms of technique with the Víbora, you want to prepare right behind your head. This is so you can get tons of spin as you come through the ball. It's also using the elbow and wrist a lot more. So unlike the Bandeka where it's more of the shoulder, this is where you use your elbow and wrist will come through to create a lot of speed, but also a lot of spin as well. Okay guys, this is me doing the Víboras. By the way, tell me if it's Víbora, Víbora, or Vibra, because every time I say it, someone always corrects me. Anyway, you can see me over-exaggerating the preparation behind my head so I can get a lot of spin on the ball. And I also want a lot of speed on the ball as well. So as I strike, I accelerate the racket really fast and a big quick finish to get tons of speed and spin. Remember guys to check out my online paddle store. I've got tons of paddle rackets and loads of features to help you choose the perfect one. That is everythingpaddle.co.uk. Check it out. The next shot is the straight pop out. Okay, this is the only time to pretty much guarantee you're going to win the point, because there's no way opponents can get the pop out back if you do get it out the side or the back. The pop out is just in this wrist, and the idea is when you get a super easy ball, you can use the pop out to kill the point. You've also got to be very close to the net on this one, so it's a bit risky in the sense you have to come very close. You've got to play like a very good volley or Víbora, and then the opponent's right at the back of the court digging out a tough ball, and then you can step in and try and pop it out. Yeah. They feeling good, like I should. When in Durban, walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. You can see all of that power is just in the wrist. I'm using my arm a little bit, but it's not a super high ball. I'm just getting over the top of the ball and popping straight out. The next effective shot to win the point is the Bajada, attacking the ball off the back glass. It's around 8% of all the winners in the men's professional game come from the Bajada. Imagine in a game, you get lobbed, big lob over, you can come back, and then off the glass as it pops up, rather than just hitting it back or doing a lob, you're gonna attack the ball off the back glass. I would always aim this shot straight down the middle. The main thing you need is really high racket preparation. If you're preparing down here, you're going to lift the ball. You need to attack this ball as if you're playing a Víbora, a volley off the back glass. Another thing as well is don't take this too early. You take it there, you're not going to get the power. You need to let it drop slightly around here. You need to let it come in front of you so you can get enough power to swing and strike. Do one more for me. So I'm waiting, and then I'm striking. Okay, the final shot to win the point in paddle is the kick smash. We smash, hits the glass, and then it goes out the side. We're going to be talking a little bit about the technique on this shot. First of all, only do this shot when the ball is right. If you do this shot on every single ball, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but also you're going to be setting up your opponents for a lot of easy balls that they can win the point from. This shot also takes a lot of practice, so make sure you're really practicing your technique and you're not just going on court and just trying to smash the ball as hard as you possibly can. The technique on this shot is you need to add a lot of topspin, where you're coming, you're turning side on, and then you're brushing up the back of the ball to create topspin so it kicks out. When it hits the glass, it rises. It doesn't come down, it rises up. Also, as you strike, you want to pop your wrist as well. This will add even more kick to the ball so it hits the glass and it flies out. I got Ethan to show you the smashes because, as you know, my smashes are terrible. But look at Ethan's technique. Arching his back a lot, contacting the ball super high, and getting tons of topspin on the ball. This was with really old balls, by the way, so with brand new balls on a hot day, these balls would fly even further. So there you have it. Those are the 6 shots to win the point in paddle. If you enjoyed, remember to drop a like on the video and of course, subscribe to the channel.